My name is Eugenio Galvan Guzman. I am from Mexico. I come from a city called Monterrey from the north, and currently I am studying my MBA at Neynrode in the Netherlands, Amsterdam. I started working while I was studying in a HR headhunting agency, and I think this is a part of my experience that led me to where I am right now, because since I was very young, I was exposed to all these type of jobs, all these type of requirements, and all these type of industries that kind of opened my vision of the future and how things work. I studied a mechanical engineer degree, and after that, my experience was very technical. I worked for Siemens for 5 years as a project engineer, so I was very involved in the operations. I was very involved in the technical side of things. So I kind of developed myself in that part. Very technical, very focused in products, very physics and things like that. It's electric products, so you can imagine the kinds of physics and engineering that it's involved. And I felt a little bit stuck because I do enjoy the technical part, but I wanted to understand a little bit more about the business side, about the managerial side, which I think I lacked by then, because obviously also the technical project is kind of cold, and we tend to focus only on results and things similar to those. So I was a little bit lacking that human part, that administrative part, business, finances. So that's why I decided to start an MBA, just to complement my current experience with new experiences and more business related and kind of mindset change also. It was an interesting process because when I started looking for options, I was, I think, lucky enough to be able to speak with the Nyenrode group directly in my hometown. They were there for a couple of weeks, making some interviews and kind of explaining the model, the program, the Netherlands, their campuses and everything. So I was directly in communication with them. Actually, that was one of the main sparks of me pursuing the MBA. So I did see other options, but at the end, I think that the Netherlands offered me a better development, better network, etc. And also, at least Nyenrode, they made the process very simple and very adapted to my kind of workload back then and time available. So I think that was also a major choice for me to come to the Netherlands. The environment, it's amazing. All the professors are very qualified. They'll have a experience in the field, experience in the academic part. So I think that's a very interesting part and a very interesting point of Nyenrode. Also, it is mentioned in the brochures, this course is called Meet the CEO and these emergent modules, but it's more than you can actually think about. For example, these Meet the CEO courses are super interesting because you get to meet CEOs from different types of industry, but you also get to pitch some kind of an idea, some kind of a new revenue stream for them, or something that kind of picks their brain only. So that's also a very interesting journey. For me, I've been participating in 2 of them, and it has been this interesting journey because you have to come up with something that these CEOs have not heard of, which is very hard. So also it's a very, I cannot think about the word in English, but yeah, it's a very interesting experience because you get exposed to every single part of a business, not only doing a specific operation, but kind of brainstorming and making things happen. So I think those are at least one of the main things that I have took away from this MBA. How this MBA is built up, it is an interesting foundation because it has a kind of a three sections or 3 phases. The first one is from September to December, which is purely academic, trying to get everybody in the same level, kind of understanding the fundamentals of business, all these courses business case. So yeah, you're exposed a little bit more to the academic knowledge, to the essence of the topics, which is a very interesting thing, especially for somebody like me that doesn't really have this background. So it's very interesting to kind of understand the basics and be at least the same level as my colleagues or classmates. The second part is this immersion module part, which it means that all what you learn in the first part, now you're gonna use it in a kind of practical way. So how this second part works is that we actually travel to some different countries inside Europe, and participate with some companies, with business cases, with real cases. So you get to apply what you learn in the first half in this second half, and try to actually contribute to these companies. Also, of course, the network around Europe and all of that. It's a very interesting second part of the course. And the third part is more a self-development part, which is all around the year. We are constantly reflecting, we are constantly analyzing, we are giving feedback, and we are in teams that we contribute, and at the end we kind of conclude, we kind of talk about our problems, we kind of talk about our insecurities, which is also a very interesting part to develop. So I think that's the three main points of this MBA, which makes it very interesting and very dynamic as well, which is also very, very nice and good. It's very interesting to hear what the professors and the staff brings to discussions, for example, in a class, and how everybody in different countries have a different opinion, or sometimes the same opinion, and kind of comparing this type of businesses in different types of countries, which also will help in our future to see how cultures impact certain things, etc. So yeah, I think from that the professors kind of enhance or facilitate the discussions between different cultures in different type of topics. Regarding the other part of the staff, they're always very helpful. Since I started applying, they're always trying to make me feel comfortable, trying to make me feel like I'm not just a number to say something. So yeah, their support to getting housing for visa purposes, for application packages, etc. It's always there. And after, obviously, any questions, any concern, any comments you might have, you can always approach them. So like for that part, the staff and the community of Neynrode, it's always very helpful. Talking a little bit more of the community, you can walk one day into the Biz Lounge, is the little cafeteria we have, and you can meet people and ask and kind of have that extra value of not just having classes, but also being able to talk to people, also to get different point of views. There's an incubator which has some startups that you can also talk to, and yeah, at the end you get a lot of information, you get a lot of practical things, theoretical things, help, friendships, community, everything. So I think that kind of in a nutshell what I think about the community of Neynrode. One of the most interesting part of this MBA is the company project, which is working directly with a company of your choice. Well, obviously there's a process, but yeah, at the end there's projects available. You can look for your own project and kind of work directly with a company, which is a very interesting take also, because it expands your network as well. It exposes you a little bit more to the Dutch way of doing things. So you're working directly with a Dutch company or a Dutch-based company, which it's a very interesting step to kind of understand how they do business here and how they develop. So yeah, at the end, there's a proposition, or there's a research case, or there's a problem in a company that they're open to address with you. So in this, we have 2 months to kind of develop a strategy, a solution, or maybe a suggestion to companies to address certain problems or to kind of benefit at the end. So yeah, the exposure to a company, being able to talk to the management and also to contribute with employees and kind of get this internship experience. It's a very interesting part we are developing now, and obviously it comes up with a defense and kind of a feedback session as well, kind of expose the points, present your solutions, present your recommendations, and also get that feedback from high management, from professors, etc. So I think that's a very interesting part of the MBA as well. It might be like a fourth phase also. Regarding the financial investment needed for this type of education, it's obviously a big investment. There's ways of kind of bringing it down. You just have to be prepared, and you have to be conscious and kind of explore the different opportunities there are. It's a big investment, but at least for me, it was worth it, because I was looking for something obviously not super high in cost. Obviously, the simple fact of coming to the Netherlands or coming to a different country, it's always a factor of investment. But I think at the long run, at least this is how I think, at the long run, it's going to be beneficial for me. And since the fact that I needed this administrative or this human kind of education, for me, I think I needed it as quick as possible, and I didn't want to lose a lot of time out of work. So for me, at least this investment is worth it completely, because I will get what I want. It's a 1 year master's, which is also very interesting for me, because I didn't want to spend 2 years out of work. And I think also getting exposed to a certain type of job market, in this case, the Netherlands, is very good. And it's something I'm looking for. Maybe, at least my plan is to stay here and kind of, I'm already here. I already made the investment. So I'm already getting my money back through education and through these experiences, this development. But now that I'm here, it would be nice to also stay here for a while and kind of learn more about the Netherlands and about how the jobs are done and culture-wise, etc. So it's a challenge, but it's doable. I personally think that you should apply to the Neynrode MBA if you are looking for ways to get into the European job market. It's a very interesting approach, and you get the doors open, at least to be here in the Netherlands. Also to understand the Netherlands business practices and kind of be connected to the whole Europe. And obviously for the knowledge, academic and practical knowledge. I absolutely don't regret coming to Neynrode to do my MBA. Even though all this COVID situation, it's been a very rich experience from the academic and from the professional and personal perspective. I feel way more prepared and way more ready to work right now in different types of industry. And yeah, I am excited for what's coming next.